and now 102.3 FM.
Sunday, and happy birthday to my boy Kyle right here. Happy birthday.
Thank you guys.
Yo, you guys listening to Whatever Works on KCAA 1050 AM, 102.3 FM, and 106.5 FM. The stations that leave no listener behind. I'm Sam Works.
I'm Kyle Kerrigan, and here we got
Sunny Babel.
There we go.
Sunny Babel, let's go.
Let's go.
Right. Hell
It's
yeah.
going to be a good
Super
show.
Excited, super excited.
Real quick, got some shout-outs. snjradio.com. No negative news, no politics, just feel good music. And our man, Secondhand Sam, up in Ukaipa Boulevard, next to USA Subs, Second Chance Thrift Store. Go check it out.
You want me to go a little closer to it?
Okay.
Oh, we're good now.
Perfect.
Okay.
You tell me, I'll distance with it.
There
We'll
you
work
go.
with it.
Yes. Yeah, so, anywho, today's a special day, especially because it's Kyle's birthday.
Right?
Happy birthday, my man. How old are
Happy
you?
birthday.
Thank you. 25.
25.
25.
25 years young.
Yes.
25 years young.
And Sony, how old are you?
I am 23.
23?
Yeah, I am
Oh,
23.
mine?
Little technical difficulties here.
Is that better?
Is that better? We're running clear right there?
Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah.
Perfect.
We
There it
sound
is.
better, yeah.
There it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm 23, turning 24 next week, actually.
No kidding.
Oh,
Yeah,
Canada.
Dang,
literally.
he's right
What
behind
day?
you.
Gemini season. The 26th.
26,
So
okay.
Thursday.
I didn't
if I'm not
realize
mistaken.
our birthdays were so close.
Yeah, I remember the show we did not too long ago. Or
Oh my God, I do remember that.
Yeah.
My birthday show, we celebrated your birthday too.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was
yeah.
turning 21. First time I ever took a shot was with you. I was like, you know
That's
what?
right.
Yeah, we took a shot together.
That's mic 3. That's fine.
All right, well,
Perfect,
we switched
perfect.
mics again.
No worries, no worries.
We'll
We're
switch-
getting it through.
We'll switch again in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, we're
This
playing
is so the
musical
hour's gonna
chairs.
go smooth. The hour's gonna go smooth. We'll get it done in the next 10. We'll get the hour's gonna go great.
Sweet, okay.
Let's keep it going. So,
yeah.
I guess this is actually for both of you guys.
Mhm.
Kyle, you're 25 now. You know, if everyone died at 100 years old, you're a quarter way there.
Yeah.
Wow, I never thought about it like
Right,
that. That's
right, right.
amazing.
How do you feeling?
I'm
How are
feeling
you?
great.
Yeah.
I don't have any regrets. I'm right where I need to be.
Halfway there.
I'm right where I need to be, you
Mm.
know.
Mm.
Just looking back, especially back with Clash City days,
Yeah.
never take life for granted, definitely. So, I'm just going it day by day, going with the vibe,
Cool, man.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you acknowledge it, you know.
Yeah.
And nothing
Exactly.
can get taken for granted.
Right. So, what about you, Sony? Like being your age right now, how are you
Mm.
feeling the way you gotten brought up so far?
I feel amazing. Honestly, I'm grateful and blessed to say that through all these years, I've had just such an amazing supporting cast around me,
Mhm.
and it's allowed me to live out my dream the way I always wanted to. So, yeah, just growing up, being 23, turning 24, I've had just amazing people from day one, and a lot of people just showing a lot of love. So it means a lot.
Right.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
for all the people who are listening that don't know who Sony is, what do you do? What is your dream? What are you following?
I am a hip hop artist. I rap. I do a little singing. I engineer. I executive produce. Sometimes co-produce.
There you go.
So I try to be a jack of all trades. Honestly,
Right.
just independent artist from Inland Empire, San Bernardino, California, and
There you go. And how
Yeah.
long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that for about 10, 11 years now. So I know it seems really, really odd with the numbers, right? 23.
That's
and
like half your life. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's good though.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
good,
right.
yeah.
So I've been doing it since I was like 10, 11 years old. And we were just sitting there with the camcorder, and they were like, freestyle, freestyle. And so I was freestyling in my front yard very early on.
Yeah.
And then just throughout the years, it's progressed and gotten to like a beautiful thing.
You know, I think I saw one of your posts on Instagram. If you want to shout that out, you can.
Oh, yeah.
But it was like you in the garage with like your dad or something. when you were
Yeah,
a kid.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
a
I was.
powerful picture.
Yeah,
it really was,
was,
dude.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I was excited to have you on. I was like,
Yeah.
that's inspiring.
And I also had Diesel in there too.
Yeah,
Another good
yeah.
friend of ours. Yeah.
Yeah. I was always surrounded with music, which was great. Like my father did music, and his best friends did music, and so growing up, I was always around it, and it really stole my heart at a very, very young age. So when I was super duper young, but again, The great thing about having Daniel and having my pops, David, was nothing was given. Like I really had to go out and make my own name, do my own things. And when I established that, that's kind of when they took me under their wing. Like, okay, you have something that we can mold into something great. And so, yeah, it started off really young, though. That picture, I want to say I was like 10. That might have been one of my first sessions ever. But, yeah, my pops is over my shoulder, and Daniel's just with the most elegant look on his face, like he's hearing greatness. So I'm like, you know what? I appreciate that. Yeah. The photo was really, 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 really timeless. It's a timeless photo.
Was that photo in black and white?
No.
Okay, because that's how I'm picturing it.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
Like looking back at it, I'm like, damn, that's it.
Yeah, I don't know what it was taken off of. I'm gonna assume it had to have been some type of camera, maybe the Polaroids, maybe a Polaroid. But yeah, especially back then, you had to crank it up.
Yeah.
If you're doing a whole photo shoot, you got to crank it up. So
we only get one shot.
We all literally. So yeah, it was. I think it was shot off of one of the like little Walmart ones, just. Quick one.
It looks very vintage, dude.
Yeah,
that's
I
what
appreciate
I'm saying.
that.
Like it looks authentic and vintage. It looks cool, dude.
And like you said, I think it speaks to testament, like being this young still and getting the experience. I know it was weird saying 10, 11 years and I'm 23, but the photo explains a lot of it, which is really, really dope.
And you know what? That also explains a lot of things, like you being on this radio show, because if you only been doing this rap game for like 2 or 3 years,
right,
like you've been doing this for 11.
Yeah, a long time.
You know, like this is why you are here.
Right.
So you sent me one of your songs. We're gonna be playing it in about 5 minutes.
Okay, perfect.
During the quarter mark, but we're gonna something that I want to know about you is like what have you succeeded so far in your life? Like in your career.
Right. I've got to do a lot of cool things. I've gotten to do a lot of performances just in my local area, the Inland Empire. Clash was very huge on that. Yeah. Even before Clash, which is funny, there used to be a show out here called The Common Ground. And The Common Ground was like where a lot of the cats were coming up on the scene. So I did The Common Ground for a few years, and then we moved to Clash. And just throughout the years, I've been able to really stamp my name in the Inland Empire to just, live the dream, man. Like, honest to God truth, I'm blessed enough to say that I can do it for a living. So just continuing that and trying to build around that is kind of what's still in the future of my success and whatnot.
Always growing, right?
Right. Always growing.
And
always
Kyle,
growing.
you've known Sony for a while now, right?
A very long time.
What was your first impression on him? Like when you first heard him perform?
I was like, this kid is hot.
Seriously.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember the song name. Forgive me.
No, that's perfectly
But it
fine.
was based off Aladdin.
Oh, you know what? It might have been. It's either Prince Ali. Is it
Prince Ali?
Yeah.
I heard Prince Ali. I was like, I've never heard this type of song before.
Yeah.
And I remember walking up to you after your set, and I talked to you about the song. I don't know if you remember that. But I've at the time. So when I started Class C Station, I started with wristbands, and then I progressed from there. So I was still doing wristbands. Didn't really get a lot of interaction with the artists. One of my first interactions ever with stage was probably with Sonny and Cam Archer. So
Cam as well. Yeah, Cam is awesome.
So I have a lot of good memories. About 7 years of memories with both of them. So
we go back. But Prince Ali, that's funny you said that because it was off of like my first solo project. That's how I know it was a while back. Yeah, it was off of my first solo project. It was a sample. It was I'm forgetting the song from Aladdin. I don't know what is it. I'm forgetting the sample it was.
Yeah.
But it was like a very popular sound, and Leo, my producer Ogash Leotis, brought that to life.
He did, yeah.
And my thing was, okay, now I just need to have it sound good on my end. And when we structured the song, which is funny, I got the song ideas from, I believe it was my brother. We were just watching it, and like, he was like, you know what, this would be amazing to sample this. And I'm like, and so when it's Prince Ali, mighty is he, and I'm like, yo, okay, like.
It is catchy, bro. I dig it.
Yeah. It's super catchy. So my thing was approaching the song. I was like, you know what? I just need to do my job because this beat is already. But again, I was still finding my sound and still doing that as well. So it was super dope. That's which led me to the song we'll play is a sample as well.
Cool.
A sample. It's a Adele sample. It's a Adele sample and a Cure sample. So it's a sample of a sample, which is a little
Which makes it okay.
Yeah, which makes it okay. We played it in a different key, y'all.
Yeah,
Which
that's
makes it
okay.
okay. Yeah, which makes it okay.
So when you, how many songs have you written?
I have to say it has to be at least in the hundreds because I have songs. So I ghostwrite for people as well. Excuse me. So I do a little ghostwriting, and I've written songs in the past. I want to say 4 independent albums and then 3 albums with a label. So, and we're talking like 15, 16 songs. So I'm gonna shoot in the hundreds for sure. Has to be in the hundreds.
Including all the stuff you mix for other people.
That's not even the stuff that I've mixed for like
other people.
Yeah,
all the production.
that's
a
not
lot
even
of songs.
So the name or the touching on all the songs, it would probably yeah, it's a lot.
How much time throughout the day do you spend working on your life or your career?
8 hours.
8 hours a day.
Yeah, and even when I was learning how to engineer, I had great people to teach me. But even when I'd go home from that, I was spending 8-9 hours because I was working just a regular job. I was a cashier at the 99-cent store before I decided to go full-time music.
Yeah.
And I would get off of like a 6-7 hour shift. I would walk home and I would literally sit in my group, like my back house that I had with my brother, 4 a.m. and we would work on music for hours just on a patio. So I was always, Kobe taught me that, like consistency. Like if you want to be great at something, he was putting up 1,000 shots. He was putting up 1,000 shots every practice. So I figured if he's putting up 1,000 shots and he's where he's at, there needs to be time spent on what you want to do.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because I know not everybody gets that opportunity, and not everybody has that chance. But I know that, like I speaking on when I had opened up the show about surrounding yourself with great people, I surrounded myself with amazing people that allowed me to do that. And
Exactly.
so, yeah, that's kind of full testament there. 8 hours has to be 8 hours, and even now to this day, if I'm not engineering somebody, I'm writing music for somebody. If I'm not writing music for somebody, I'm trying to help any artist that I can propel them to a different level. So at least 8 hours.
Do you have your own like studio?
I do. I have my own studio located where I'm at. It's dope. I've kept it a little low key, but a lot of like my clients. So I have 100 returning clients, so they get more than like 1 or 2 songs done, and I at least try to book, 6 to 8 hours with just engineering. So it gets a little tricky because speaking on the album, which you guys are wearing amazing merchandise, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
T.O.B.
Right,
Give it
right,
up, man.
Yeah. So it was a little tricky. Trying to balance that and create a project. But what ended up happening was I was really inspired by some of the new artists that were coming in. So it was super duper dope.
It's funny how that works, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy, full circle.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, okay, and I can see myself and some of these guys being young, like 15, 16 years old, just crazy. And I'm like, yo, I remember when I was like that, so let me try my hardest to mold them the way that people did for me when I was young.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And with all your songs that you write, how easily does it like come
Does it
into
come?
Yeah.
So the writing process is a little weird. I'm gonna be honest. The writing process sometimes, I try not to write my lyrics down, which is kind of insane. But
You don't record it?
no, I don't write like so. Usually people will get on their notes or they'll try to space it out. Don't do that at all. I just memorize everything I say, or I'll try to repeat it a bunch of different times to like get the memory there. And once the memory's there, I feel like the song works better. So it starts off a freestyle, but it'll be memorized, and then things will just get way more cleaner.
Yeah, I would think that when you're writing a song and you stop to like take notes or write things down, it kind of like ruins your flow.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
yeah, it does. It does. There are times where I've been in the studio with artists and they kind of get fumbled with it. And some artists that I work with are so young in their careers, they don't know how to count a 16, a 8, a 4, like just very basic stuff. So it can get tricky because once you hear something, you need to be able to structure from at least my ear has always been taught as like, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, or whether it's verse, chorus, it has to be structured. So
right.
yeah, when you're writing sometimes in the notes and you just hear the beat and you're just like, let me just go off, it can get a little tricky. Yeah, but I tend not to I stay away from my notes.
Okay, that's
I
cool.
stay away from my notes.
we're gonna play your song, but before we do that, I gotta tell you,
Yeah.
I went to the studio one time.
Oh, did you really? How was it? Did you have a good experience?
Yeah, I actually have the recording on my phone. I'll show you.
Oh my God!
But,
Yeah, I gotta hear it.
yeah.
I gotta hear it. I feel like it's a yeah. I got to hear it.
I can't put it on the radio.
Too many.
Yeah.
We keep it radio friendly around here, y'all.
Yeah.
But anywho, so let's talk about your song that we're about to play. What is it called? What is it about?
The song is called Hanging Gardens. The song is about love, man. Love that I have for a particular person. And when I was writing it, I wanted to put myself in the shoes of like Adele or like Robert Smith. That's why when you hear the song, you'll hear the sample. You'll hear like callback references to those songs. But yeah, it's about somebody that I care about a lot. So
All right.
yeah.
All right, Joe, let's play it back.
Every second I've spent with you feels like a lifetime lived well. You'll be the last person here on earth that I plan to let down. You're such a queen, don't let anyone see you walking with your head down. I must confess now, I think that I'm falling for you. I think that you falling for me. Let's take a trip, I want you to see what it's like in the Garden of Eve. I think I'm falling for you. I think you falling for me. Let's take a trip, I want you to see what it's like in the Garden of Eve. I love writing love songs. I don't think that this love's wrong. I love writing love songs. I don't think that this love's wrong. I really like what I'm seeing in you. You let me do what I needed to do. Be listen, you're different. I plan on seeing it through. Do you remember how it started? We got too much here in common. I need you to look at me with them pretty eyes and tell me you want it. Without telling me that you want it. You're so accustomed to hardship. Beautiful canvas, you are my madness. We get to, you are the artist, baby. I know I'm not perfect, but these kisses, I shower you in a bliss. Listen, this message is urgent. If you leave me, I'll fall right in the abyss. However far away, yeah, I will always love you. However long I stay away, I will always love you. Whatever words we say, yeah, I will always love you. Girl, I will always love you. Wait, I will always, from the top. Every second I've spent with you feels like a lifetime lived well. You'll be the last person here on earth that I plan to let down. You're such a queen, don't let anyone see you walking with your head down. I must confess now, I think that I'm falling for you. I think that you falling for me. Let's take a trip, I want you to see what it's like in the Garden of Eve. I think I'm falling for you. I think you falling for me. Let's take a trip, I want you to see what it's like in the Garden of Eve. I love writing love songs. I don't think that this love's wrong. I love writing love songs. I don't think that this love's wrong.
On repeat.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
Thank you,
Wow.
guys. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to, when I was writing this song, it's about a girl that I care about a lot. And growing up, I listened to Love Song by The Cure so
Yeah.
much. Like, that's one of, like, the greatest songs ever written, in my opinion. And when I had heard Adele do it, I was, like, blown away because she has, like, such an amazing voice.
Yeah.
So when I had seen her up there just kind of, or her guitarist up there playing it, like with the acoustic, I was like, I need to sample that somehow. So when we were doing it, I wanted to add a hip hop twist to it, but still keep like the roots on it.
That was one of the best songs I've ever heard from the Inland Empire.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
man.
that
Thank
was,
you.
that was
Dude, thank you. That means so much. Yeah, that means so much, honestly.
You know, I would be surprised if you didn't get a phone call from somebody and was like, "Hey, you know, sign." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
straight
something
crazy.
like,
like
yeah.
that was radio music right there.
That
That's
was.
pretty
Yeah.
good.
That sounded perfect for here.
Right, and,
Yeah,
and even when I was listening to it, I was like, "Oh, this is ready. This is radio ready. This one,
Yeah,
this
it
one's the
is.
one.
Yeah.
This one's ready to
This
go.
is the one.
This one's the one ready to go." So yeah, that's off of the album I have coming out, T.O.B.
T.O.B..
Tower of Babylon, and yeah, they're wearing exclusive merchandise right now.
We got the back.
The bag, yeah, the
Showing
bag
the
going
bag,
with
showing
it.
the bag.
The bag going with it, yeah. The red one pops. Yeah, the red one is saucy with it. So, yeah, I mean, you guys are literally the first two people to have any type of
appreciate it.
yeah. They're exclusive, like we were talking about before, super exclusive. So, yeah, I'm really appreciative of the project and like the kind words. I really appreciate
Yeah,
that.
dude,
It means a lot.
It's really good. Yeah.
Yeah,
It means a lot, man.
We're honored to wear your merchandise, dude.
Right, right.
I think it's definitely worth it, man. You're worthy, dude.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, a
So-
lot of hard hours.
What do you think about the song, Kyle? Like, what are your thoughts?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I was listening to it, and it brought me back to your earlier songs
Oh, okay.
because
yeah.
you always kept the same style and demeanor that you're trying to bring out.
Yeah.
So, and it's amazing because every project that you've brought out was different.
Mm.
But when you hear the song, you can tell that's Sonny, for damn sure.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
If it's on the radio, if it's anywhere else, So
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Yeah, and speaking on that, I always try to keep the roots, right? So like we were talking about before, the music thing is always gonna flow. It's always gonna be something
Yeah.
that we understand. But with this particular project, I took a lot of leaps in like the melodies and stuff like that. And yeah, it is a little reminiscent to some of my older projects. I can totally
Yeah.
agree with that. Totally agree with that.
So I have 3 things about your song that I like to say.
Uh-huh.
The first one, what I really liked about it is when the words were, I think I'm falling for you, and I think you're falling for me.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, okay, I like that.
Right.
Like,
It's
yeah.
because it's
she's
like, okay, I'm falling for you, and you're falling for me.
Like you're telling me, like, hey,
And
this
it
is-
might not be the best because, like, let's take a trip. I want you to see what it's like in the Garden of Eve. So even on that, it might not be the best that we're falling for each other, but hey, we're gonna go through it. It's
Yeah.
we're not always gonna be pretty times, but let's take a trip. I want you to see what it's like in the Garden of Eve. So
Right.
yeah, I appreciate that though.
Yeah,
'Cause
and
that one, I was like, I hope people catch that. I hope
Yeah, I
people
caught
catch
it, man. That was
Yeah.
good. And then there was a part where I thought, it was gonna drop the bass back in,
Uh-huh.
but it doesn't, and
And
it gets
it's-
me every time. bro.
The guitar keeps
Yeah,
going on it. I
yeah.
know exactly what part you're talking about.
And then
Yeah.
and then at the end where it's just the guitar, like when you start to fade
Yeah.
out the music, whatever, and it's just like you let it linger.
Yeah.
So like it sits in your head. You're in that that
And
mood.
it's to allow the listener to go, oh, I think that I'm falling for you, and they start. Yeah,
Hey,
it
I
allows-
like it, dude.
It allows the listener to be like, oh, you know what? That was actually pretty catchy. Like, dang, I think that I'm falling for you. So
Yeah.
yeah, we purposely did that at the end.
That
to
was
be
cool,
like, yo,
dude.
just hearing that one song, I'm more excited for the album.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's like your biggest hit in that album? Do you think would be?
No.
No.
I've had some people. I've had a few people listen to the project that I respect, like hugely, their opinion. And Love Song is like
It's a good one.
like third or fourth best song on the album. I have a song called Dave Gazing on there. It was inspired by Travis Scott's Stargazing, like with the way the beat was structured. And that one was one of the ones I got a crowd reaction from yesterday. And the crowd reaction for that was like, oh my God, that one was, it went bananas.
Blew the
they
roof
started,
off?
they started moshing to it, and I was like, yo, I'm like, this one is a little different. So that one might be the most radio ready, but I was like, you know what? I got a little busy schedule. I can't go and take all these cuss words out. I'm gonna be honest. But Love Song 2 though was really, really is a really good song on there. And then a lot of people like the intro.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
intro
the
was
intro.
Yeah, I do
Yeah, a
like
lot
The
it.
entire song from start to finish was
Yeah,
great.
it's really
Yeah,
good, dude.
yeah,
Talk
yeah.
about structure, you
Yeah.
got your chorus, your verse, your chorus.
Yeah,
your
like
verse,
a little bit, like I was saying.
and
And-
it all flowed together.
Right? And I didn't
So-
write a single word down. That was all just
Wow.
pure feeling of like, okay, this is what
Man.
it needs to sound like. This is what it
It's
needs to go
coming.
about.
coming
See, I
through
gotta
your
write
body.
everything.
The
So
verses,
that's
the verses need to get
impressive.
panned. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Yeah, and some of like the local artists out here that have been in the studio with me, and they see it, they're like, "Yo, how are you able to do that?" It's just pure like muscle memory, like memorization. Like, okay, this is what sounds good. Okay, say that 18 times. Okay, it's in the head. next bar, 18 times. And rather me try to write a song, I'm trying to be a composer of like music. So the lyrics sound like they fit anywhere. You know what I mean? Which is super duper dope. So yeah, a testament to that for sure.
That's pretty good. All right, you guys listening to Whatever Works. Kyle's going to give us a little shout out to our people real quick, and then we're going to be going on a 5-minute break. And when we come back, we got Sony and Birthday Boy here. We're going to be talking about.
Thank you guys.
Let's talk about a bunch.
Let's go.
All right, shout out to snjradio.com. No negative news, no politics, just feel good music. And our man, Secondhand Sam, up at Second Chance Thrift Store, Ukaipa Boulevard next to USA Subs.
This thrift store has what you need just in time for the holidays coming up. Located in Ukaipa next to Subs USA, they have been the place to be for about 3 years now.
I think we could all agree that every great product deserves a second chance. Shout out to Ukaipa local business. Sam Power and his wife are wonderful people and love to talk to their customers. So stop on by Second Chance Thrift Store located at 34919 Ukaipa Boulevard next to Subs USA. Open 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. every single day.
Holidays may differ.
We've all heard jokes that begin with a rabbi, a priest, and a minister walk into a bar. Well, a rabbi, a minister, and a deacon actually walk into the KCAA studios every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. to host the radio program Religion on the Line. And that's no joke. Together, they offer a mixture of humor and serious conversation about things that really matter in life and how to make our lives happier and more fulfilling. They compare religious doctrine and learn from each other while bringing a unique perspective of religion to the KCAA audience. Listen every Sunday morning from 7 to 8 a.m. for Religion on the Line, the intersection of humanity and divinity, right here on KCAA Radio, the station that leaves no listeners behind.
Are you tired of the same old conversations that everyone keeps talking about?
Want to hear something new, fun, and exciting?
Listen to Whatever Works here on KCAA every Sunday at 7 p.m.
We have amazing guests with interesting and unique topics. We do giveaways and we have sponsorship opportunities.
It's more than just a show, it's a lifestyle. You can also find us on kcaaradio.com or our website, kcaawhateverworks.com, to find upcoming and previous episodes.
We'd like to thank all the KCAA listeners for supporting our show.
Del Walmsley here. The first thing you're going to have to learn is that until you stop expecting our politicians or anyone else to change your life isn't going to change. The only person who can change your life is you, but you need to know how. Listen to my show, the Del Walmsley Radio Show, where the hype ends and the help begins. Right here on KCAA, now broadcasting on 1050 AM, 102.3 FM, and 106.5 FM, the stations that leave no listener behind.
I'm Rick Smith, host of The Rick Smith Show, inviting you to listen to my show during the noon hour every weekday right here on KCAA. My show is sponsored locally by Teamsters 1932, a strong union with 14,000 members in the IE. Our message is clear. Unions improve the lives of working people. You have a right to form and join a union, so go to Teamsters1932.org and get started now.
From the Bureau of Economic Geology, this is Earth Date. .9% of all known species that have ever existed on Earth are gone, extinct. Most of them disappeared in 5 great extinction events. The first 2 happened several hundred million years ago. One was caused by a major ice age, the other by falling oxygen levels in the world's oceans. The next big extinction, 250 million years ago, is called the Great Dying, because 96% of living species were wiped out. This one, and the one that followed at 200 million years, seem to have been triggered by a hotter climate. There are many theories about what caused them, including meteorites, major lava flows, and other climate events, probably some of each. One thing is consistent: dying species left empty environmental niches, which surviving species could then evolve to fill. In this way, those 2 extinctions allowed dinosaurs to dominate the Earth. Their rule lasted 200 million years, until volcanic activity started their decline. Then, around 65 million years ago, an asteroid famously hit Earth. Ash darkened the skies and plunged the Earth into global winter, triggering the last great extinction. Dinosaurs died off, and small animals with warm blood had a huge advantage. This gave rise to the age of mammals, and some of them, millions of years later, became you and me. In this way, each extinction made it possible for new and often more advanced life forms to replace the old ones. Without that asteroid, we wouldn't be here. I'm Scott Tinker, and this has been Earth Date.
Earth Date is produced by the Bureau of Economic Geology at the University of Texas at Austin. Earth Date is researched by Julie Hennings, written by Harry Lynch, and distributed by Mark Blunt and Casey Walker. For more stories, follow us on Facebook or visit earthdate.org.
KCAA, I'm Sam Works.
Kyle Kerrigan.
Sunny Babel.
Sunny Babel in the house, everybody. Woo! And don't forget, it's also Kyle's birthday.
Happy birthday, man.
Yes, and then we got his dad in the studio. We got my brother in the studio.
What's going on, yo? What's going on?
We got Joe running errands.
Joe.
Doing his thing.
Joe's in a world.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Joe's in his world right now. Let that man be in his world.
So if you guys didn't tune in the first half hour, we have Sunny Babel.
Yep,
Excuse me.
Thank you. No,
There
it's
you
all
go.
good. Trust me, that it began to confuse them. They're like Sony, Sunny. I spell it a little.
Right.
Double O on the IE it throws everybody off. They're
Right.
like, yo, it's Sunny though.
Yeah. So if you guys weren't listening the first half, go. We're gonna be playing one of his songs. What is it called?
Hanging Gardens.
Yes, there you go.
Yep.
We played it earlier, and we're gonna play it again. So if the ones that are not listening, come check it out. And if you guys do like his music, where can they find you?
They can find me on all platforms. Sunny Babel on Apple Music, Spotify, anywhere, honestly.
How do you spell your name?
So SONNIE space BABBLE. And for my social medias and all that, it's Life is Sunny with one I. So I spell it LIFEISONNIE. Just trying to play a little bit.
Okay.
I know it sounds like Life I Sunny, but it's Life is Sunny.
Life is Sunny.
But yeah, usually you'll find it with Sunny Babel.
There you go.
Yeah, I usually find all of it. So
All right, cool. Yeah, so we're just talking about, his life growing up with
Right.
music and stuff. You've been doing it for like what?
yeah.
Okay.
See, Joe peeks in the
He
world
knows,
now.
right? He knows.
Joe knows.
Right? He catches it.
Yeah, so I mean, dude, you're 23. You're
Right.
on the radio. You got your music playing. You've been doing like listening parties, right?
Yeah, I've been doing them for a long time.
You've been living it up,
Yeah.
Kyle, he's there. He's watched you grown.
Yeah, a testament to it, really.
Yeah.
So what do you think was like your hardest struggle going through all this?
Yeah, losing my pops, man. Because my father, like I had spoke about a little bit in the beginning, taught me everything I knew about music. So as a young boy, 9, 10, 11, the years where you're kind of building an identity, he was like my best friend. Like, honest to God truth, he was, we would bond with music, with, just football, and we would bond. And when I lost him in, I want to say it was 2015, 2016, I know it was one of those years, the community felt it, the music community felt it, and it was tough. Like, I had contemplating quitting music. I did leave the scene for a year and a half, because I just wanted to, as a man, find my way. What was so Sunny's been there for a long time. Sunny is, that's my mama's nickname she gave me, and Sunny's always bright, but when I was going through that, it really put me back. It put me back, and I wanted to figure out who David was, so that if I ever decided to explore it again, it could help Sunny. And it did.
Yeah.
It did. It sure did. Yeah. And it was again, I go back to the testament of just surrounding myself with great people, and during that time I had such an amazing group of people. But yeah, that was my toughest, man, was losing my pops. That was huge, was probably the hardest.
Between him losing Curtis and Faja,
shook
the community, like, completely.
Yeah. Faja as well. That one struck my heart when I found out about one. Yeah, I was like, oh my God. I was really, really, really struck with Faja. So, when my pops passed, that was the worst, I want to say. But even in the album, I talk about things in there, like my thought process when I was going through that. So there's certain songs I have on there in the album where this is the thought process that was going on, and this is this is me attesting to it, speaking of it, and kind of using music as therapy. You know what I mean?
Going back and listening to your own songs,
Uh-huh.
are there times where you're like, like what was I thinking, or like
Yeah.
like good and bad? You know, like
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
what was
yeah.
you know, like
I think it's a double-edged sword, because when you go back and you revisit music, a lot of times artists are like, I sound cringe, or you know what I mean?
yeah,
And
no one likes the way they
nobody
sound.
likes the way they sound after they lay it down.
Right,
And
yeah.
so I think it's a double-edged sword, but honestly, I enjoy listening to this stuff when I was young, and I'm really critical on it, but I enjoy it. It's like it kind of shows growth. I love the fact that it shows growth. And so I think that when I can play a song that I wrote in 2012 and then play a song that I, wrote in 2022, it just is full circle for me, and it gives me motivation to keep going. Yeah. So, but a lot of artists will tell you, like, it's cringe, it's the worst, I can't believe I laid it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're all
I can't believe
embarrassed.
this song was made. What was I thinking? I look at it and I go, yo, that was a moment, huge moment for me, and it's a learning moment. It's a growth moment. You have to have them in order to succeed.
And what is where's your growth moment now? Where's that at?
I would tell you that as a whole body of work, the album Tower of Babylon is probably my best full body of work. Just off of production and the sonics that are around it, and the thought process of the album, and just the way that the way it's being promoted, and the exclusive things that we have for it. It's probably the best sounding, growth sounding project that I have, for sure.
Is there anyone on your team you want to shout out?
Yeah, I want to shout out my family, my personal family. That's my mama, my pops, my brothers, my auntie, my aunt. They're all, I try to stick with people that I associate with, like with my family.
Yeah.
Because I know I can rely on them for anything.
Yeah.
Like my brother is my videographer. Like my father is my manager.
Yeah.
He'll get me certain shows and certain opportunities. My mama, she just looks over everything. My aunt, me and my aunt being so close, she was the first one that even picked up the camcorder to record me. And my grandma is just such a sweet lady. I could never. Grandma, it don't matter what's going on, grandma. But even then too, I try to build a community of people. So everybody I record, everybody that I like, everybody I just work on music with, I love their energy. And all the homies know, I love all their energies. And like people in the scene too, like Jay was really huge. Jay Kasai was really huge. Curtis has given me real good advice. Leo, oh gosh, Leotis. Nabi, and those are guys that produced on it. My brother Cameron, 4 a.m.
Those are big producers too. They did a lot of stuff.
Yeah, those are some heavy hitters.
Yeah.
And even my brother, I got my brother 4 a.m. on the album. And he actually produced second half of the song that I think is the best on the album. So, and he was able to learn behind some of them. And so he has a huge opportunity. My team, I love my team. Everybody that I manage, and they're all my brothers as well. So, it's a lot of people to shout out, but I just, they all know I love them. Everybody knows I love them, man. It's really cool.
There's like that one person that you didn't shout out yet.
And they're like, I know the hands are,
dude.
they're like, oh my God. But listen, I love everybody, and they know I love everybody. I literally, everybody who's seen me grow, everybody who's been able to watch the process, every client I've sat into a studio session with, every person that I've just tried to push forward the needle for them, they know I have love for them. So,
Were there any people in your life that were trying to stop you from reaching your dreams?
I feel like there was a point in my life where I was just surrounded by people who didn't necessarily believe in it as much as I did.
Right.
So they never stopped it necessarily, but it's kind of tough when you're around people sometimes who don't see the same things you see. It's almost like you're putting a wall of like negativity there. It just keeps bouncing back. Everything keeps bouncing back. And at one point I was with that, but for a very short stint of time. Yeah, for a very short stint of time. That was...
You saw that, you acknowledged it.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what, it is what it is. They're still, I still love them. I still show a lot of love to them. But there was a point in time where I just felt like who I was surrounding myself with wasn't the greatest, and so I had to make that change as a man.
Right.
So, yeah.
And so, in your album, what's the album called?
Tower of Babylon. Tower of Babylon. Yeah.
Tower of Babylon.
Mm.
In your album, you said it's different ranges of type of songs.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Each
yeah,
song's kind of different to hit all topics.
Yeah.
So you hit all different emotions.
Yeah,
right?
that's what it was. The album is a concept album, And so like I played on the name Babylon a lot, and doing some research on it. There's a biblical way and there's a historical way.
Yeah.
Whatever way anybody chooses to believe in, that's on them. I looked up, tried to do my history on it, and I wanted to put myself in the shoes of somebody that's creating something bigger than them, you know. And so there's songs on there where it's like very self-journey songs where I look back in retrospective to see like, oh, okay, like, you know, maybe I wasn't going through the best there, but it helped me get here. And then there's songs that just give me self-confidence to even take that journey. So it's like every song you're hearing or the set of songs you're hearing is building towards something, building this journey of mine. And so that's kind of how I structured the album. So like the first few songs, it's given me courage to even do any of this. So they're very fun sounding songs.
Yeah.
They're very high BPM sounding songs. And then, halfway into the album, there's conflict in anything you do. So I have very conflict sounding beats and very conflict sounding sounds around it. And then, the retrospective stuff I was talking about. After doing that, like, okay, this is where I was, this is where I want to be. And then the love song you guys heard, like, okay, that's a part of like the self journey thing. And so, yeah, there's a whole wide range of sounds. Some alternative rock in there, like so crazy sounding sounds. Yeah.
Yeah. The song that we played earlier on the show, I can feel the energy like in your voice.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's a huge thing when it comes to storytelling
Yeah,
or
yeah.
making a song, right? Because you can really feel someone if they're like into it or not,
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
today I was driving and like, Kendrick put out a new album, right?
Yeah, that's an amazing album.
Yeah.
It's been getting some backlash, but it's an amazing
Yeah,
album.
there's a song, I forgot what song it was, him with Kodak Black. But dude,
Was it Big Steppers? I think that's worldwide Big Steppers. I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah.
But he didn't seem so like into the song, Like
Yeah,
it didn't feel like the vibe wasn't really there because I don't feel like he was feeling it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with your music in particular, like you can feel like you're enjoying it. You're trying to put that energy out there, and like
yeah.
us listeners, we can feel that. So that's the reaction that we get.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and I think that's really important into the recording process. Like,
Yeah.
if you're not putting, I tell every artist that I record with, I go, if you're not putting everything forward in this recording process, there's no reason why we should be doing this.
Yeah, you're wasting both.
We're both. I am
wasting
the
time and
engineer. You're the artist. I can hear that you don't care about anything that's going on right now. So as an engineer, it's gonna put me back and be like, well, I don't care either. And
Yeah.
I tell every artist that I'm working with or any artist that I mentor, the first thing you got to have is passion. You got to have passion for it.
Yeah.
You don't got passion for it, you might as well not be doing it. And
Right.
so I try to put myself, I would say I give 150% in every song that I record.
Yeah.
So, and that's for any artist that's listening that is skeptical about whether, should I hit this melody at that point or just do it. Just literally just do it.
Yeah. The song that I'm gonna play for you after the show is definitely like I wrote that one down. I pieced that one together.
It was a structured. You went chorus, verse, or was it like you were just barring out?
It was barring out.
Oh, okay. I get that vibe from him though. He was like, he's like, I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, this one can't go on the radio. So I'm like, okay, I know where we're at with it.
It's funny because like some people like, I mean, I don't make music or produce music or anything like that. But I feel like the ones that naturally have that gift, they usually speak from the heart,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
it's the truth that they're spitting.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of people can connect to it, and like all that stuff.
Yeah.
And like again with the whole vibe, like you can understand someone's like real emotion towards it.
Vulnerability.
Yeah, exactly.
Vulnerability and relatability.
Yeah.
And that's what I tried to hit on this album the most. I want somebody to listen to it and go, dang, I went through the same thing. I had those same thoughts. Oh, I cared about a person like that too. Or, what he's saying right there, I felt that. Or, you know what I mean? They're called quotables, captions. You want captions. You want to make caption music sometimes. So,
Well,
yeah.
I'm telling you, in the future, if I'm talking to someone, I'm gonna tell them like, hey, I think I'm falling for you. I think you're falling for me too.
I think you fall for me. And watch what you get back. It's gonna be so many emojis going down on it.
No, I'll be in person. It's not it.
Oh, you go in person.
Yeah, I'm not.
He gonna get the look. That's all he's gonna get.
COVID's over, dude. I'm just kidding.
Hey, master off.
He said,
Yes,
"Master
sir.
off. It's demon time." He said, "It is demon time."
Speaking of COVID, I don't really get too much on that topic, but how did that affect you and your career? Like, did that help you?
No, it didn't help a single thing that I had going on at all. It completely threw a wrench in every single plan I had. But you know what? Like I said, speaking to it, the people around me said, you know what? Hey, this is what we'll do. Let's regroup. Let's fire off when it's time. And I think it's perfect timing. Literally, I
Yes.
think it's perfect timing.
All right, cool.
I literally just everything fell into place the way it was supposed to be. But yeah, no shout out to COVID. That one I ain't a fan. I ain't a fan of COVID, yo. Hell no.
All right, so we got a couple minutes left, so we're gonna play your song one more time, so the listeners who came in a little late, they can
Hell
listen
yeah.
to it again.
Thank you guys.
And before they start the song, where can we find you?
Everywhere. Sunny Babel on every platform. That's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Apple Music, Spotify, everything. So I'm available on all platforms.
And what's the song?
This song right here is Hanging Gardens by Sunny Babel off of the new project Tower Babylon that drops May 29th. And they're wearing merchandise, some exclusive merchandise.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Joe gets it.
Joe
knows.
knows.
See, Joe was like, you know what? I see the callbacks now.
All right, guys, enjoy.
Thank you guys,
Here
man.
we go.
No.
Every second I've spent with you feels like a lifetime lived well. You'll be the last person here on earth that I plan to let down. You're such a queen, don't let anyone see you walking with your head down. I must confess now, I think that I'm falling for you. I think that you falling for me. Let's take a trip, I want you to see what it's like in the Garden of Eve. I think I'm falling for you. I think you falling for me. Let's take a trip, I want you to see what it's like in the Garden of Eve. I love writing love songs. I don't think that this love's wrong. I love writing love songs. I don't think that this love's wrong. I really like what I'm seeing in you. You let me do what I needed to do. Be listen, you're different. I plan on seeing it through. Do you remember how it started? We got too much here in common. I need you to look at me with them pretty eyes and tell me you want it. Without telling me that you want it. You're so accustomed to hardship. Beautiful canvas, you are my madness. We get to, you are the artist, baby. I know I'm not perfect, but these kisses, I shower you in a bliss. Listen, this message is urgent. If you leave me, I'll fall right in the abyss. However far away, yeah, I will always love you. However long I stay away, I will always love you. Whatever words we say, yeah, I will always love you. Girl, I will always love you. Wait, I will always, from the top. Every second I've spent with you feels like a lifetime lived well. You'll be the last person here on earth that I plan to let down. You're such a queen, don't let anyone see you walking with your head down. I must confess now, I think that I'm falling for you. I think that you falling for me. Let's take a trip, I want you to see what it's like in the Garden of Eve. I think I'm falling for you. I think you falling for me. Let's take a trip, I want you to see what it's like in the Garden of Eve. I love writing love songs. I don't think that this love's wrong. I love writing love songs. I don't think that this love's wrong.
All right, you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Go follow him. Go listen to him.
Right. Yeah, I love some feedback. Good or bad,
Yes.
I'm just a receptive person.
He's all about it, man.
Yeah, good or bad.
You guys give him bad feedback, he builds upon it. You know,
Yeah,
he
it's
makes
exactly what it
better.
is. Exactly what it is. We will find a way to get better for sure.
You
Always
guys
room to
give him
grow.
good feedback. He's gonna make sure you guys give him great feedback next time.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right. That's what it is.
That's all building up.
Yeah.
So, what's next?
Yeah, the album. Well, we have the album coming out next weekend, May 29th. But we have a listening party. It's an exclusive listening party. You two are getting the invite, obviously. And yeah, if they want to come experience that or anybody wants to come join that, just have them hit me up on my platforms and I'll make sure to send the invitation out to people.
Platform one more time.
Any platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Sunny Babel on pretty much everything. So
Sunny Babel.
Yeah. That's like my social media platforms, and then my music platforms are Sunny Babel as well. So It's a super unique name, so they should.
Yeah.
It's like super unique. So.
And I'm gonna be making some edits and then posting it on our Instagram on KCAA, whatever works. So
perfect.
You know, we'll put the link in. You guys come check it out if you guys want to go back and listen to this whole conversation and his life. You know, we're on Spotify as well on KCAA, whatever
I'll probably
works.
promote it on the website. I'll put it on the website.
Yeah. I know. I have a bunch of people tuning in on the radio station
Yeah.
and just a whole collective of it. So
Shout out to the listeners, man.
Yeah, everybody tuning in. Yeah, shout out to everybody. You guys are amazing. You guys are keep the world go round. So you know.
Yeah.
And what about you, birthday boy? What are you doing after this?
Yeah, birthday boy, what's going on?
After this, I don't know.
He said, we don't know. Here you go. We don't know.
Yeah, he already had his fun before he came to the show.
You were the first guy I took a shot with. I turned 21 and we took a shot.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so I was like, we're going right there to the bar, take a shot.
Yeah,
right when I turned 21, it was Hennessy.
Yep.
It was Henny,
dark road since then. Just a dark Hennessy road. Just a dark liquor road there.
All right, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to our show this week. We'll be back every weekend with new guests, new people, new stories.
Thank you.
We got Sony Babylon.
Don't worry
I was
about
getting your album mixed up.
It's the IE at the end that throws Sunny Babel. Yeah, Tower Babylon coming out next week on all platforms. If you guys want to pull up to the listening event May 28th, hit me up personally. I don't mind sending an invite. So anybody. Really, really cool. I appreciate the opportunity, guys. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it, man. Everybody in the room, I appreciate you guys. Truly scratched something off my bucket list. So
there you go, man. I'm glad to do that. Help you out with that. All right, Kyle, take us out, man.
All right. You listen to Whatever Works. Shout out to snjradio.com and our man, Secondhand Sam.
There you go. And shout out to us, guys. We're doing a great job, man.
We are.
There you go, guys.
They're doing an amazing job.
Yeah, pat on the back. All right, you guys. See you guys next week. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Neighbor along the way.